Hello, my name is Scribble, and this is the Week 6 Team Builder for the Seoul Draft League. This week we are playing Tree Stain. As you can see, our draft and their draft in the top left corner. They've got a Gouging Fire, Golden Go, Terra Raging Bolt, Clodsire, Walking Wake, Corviknight, Torkoal, Venusaur, Wigglytuff, and Terra Crabominable. So we are facing a Sun team with all three Paradox legendary beasts. So that is pretty funny. We got like the dinosaur trio. So yeah, let's just get into it. So as always, I will slot in our top tiers Deoxys and Annihilape. And then we'll look at the type chart. So on like a Sun team, you don't really expect a stellar type chart. You sort of make up with that. You sort of make up for that with a ton of offense. I do think there's some semblances of that on this draft, right? With all three dragons are very strong. Venusaur is a great chlorophyll Pokemon. But Pokemon like Clodsire and Corviknight, they seem kind of slow for a Sun team. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to take advantage of that. Alright, so just looking at the pure type weaknesses, there is a massive ground weakness, with Corviknight being the only weakness. Or, sorry, not weakness, immunity / resistance. Psychic, there's only Golden Go and Corviknight, but those are two pretty good Psychic resists, so even though there's a red indicator there, the draft isn't really Psychic weak. And the weaknesses are mostly on the worse Pokemon. Well, I mean, like, Crabominable is not very good, and then Venusaur doesn't count too much for resistances. There's also a pretty big Ghost weakness, where the only resist is Wigglytuff, so that's good news for us, because we love going Terra Ghost on our Annihilape. There's also a somewhat of a dragon weakness. I mean, Golden Go and Corviknight are great dragon resistances, but the fairy is a Wigglytuff, and Wigglytuff is not very good. And the three dragon weaknesses being on, like, three of the best Pokemon on the draft, that's definitely concerning. Raging Bolt can Terra out of it, of course, but dragons do look a little annoying for this draft to deal with. Unfortunately, we do not have any dragons. So how do we tackle this? So the Ghost weakness jumps out to me the most, just because, I mean, yeah, like what can you do about it, really? Like a physically defensive Corviknight, I guess, would be the only... it's really all I can see that could take on Annihilape. But I'm not necessarily sure if we go Terra Ghost this week. Because I think Terra Ghost sort of opens us up to being revenge killed by much of the draft. We could go like Scarf Terra Ghost again. That looks decent to me. But what I'm concerned about is like Thunderclap from Raging Bolt. Walking Wake could have speed booster energy and just outpace us. And then if we're not a Terra type that at least resists one of Walking Wake's stabs, that could consistently revenge kill us. Gouging Fire is super physically bulky, so if we're just like offensive Scarf, it can probably stomach hits and then Morning Sun out of it. So, not entirely sure what to do with Annihilape yet, but it does look pretty strong with the lack of Ghost resistances. The ground weakness is the other big one, but that is a little harder to exploit. I mean, Tinglu it's got a pretty high attack stat. I may as well slot in Tinglu now, because obviously we're going to bring Tinglu versus the Raging Bolt and the Gouging Fire. But then what? It is a little annoying to prep versus a Sun team, because there's just so many offensive threats that You can't play too passively versus Sun. So I think we need to structure a build in a more offensive way. Ooh, I just realized that because there's Sun on this draft, we could get 100% harvest activation rate on Alolan Executor. You know, That actually seems kind of good. Because, if we go, like, Custap Berry, Endure, once again, with, like, Draco, Flamethrower, and then, do you even take a grass move here? I don't think so, right? There's nothing to click a grass move versus, so you just go Earthquake. And, yeah, this looks like it's actually pretty annoying for him to switch into. And Endure plus Draco could get us out of like Dragon Dance, Gouging Fire, or like a speed boosted Walking Wake. We just Endure and then proc our Custap Berry and then Draco the next turn. Then if Sun is up, we always get another Custap Berry. That's really funny. Okay, this might be a great Alolan Executor matchup, and it is also a nice water resist to bring versus Walking Wake. This isn't a win con though. This is like more of a breaker / stopgap to the Gouging Fire and the Walking Wake. But it looks decent to me, like max HP, max special attack, quiet, and then the last EV in attack, I guess. Something like this. What are we doing otherwise? What's our win con? We haven't brought Metagross to a game in a while, I've realized. But I don't know if this is a good Metagross week again. Like, I don't understand what Metagross does here. It kind of just loses to Gouging Fire, Golden Go, it's outsped and threatened by Shadow Ball. Corviknight's really annoying for it. Walking Wake can probably just one-shot it with Hydro Steam unless we're Assault Vest. It's decent versus Clodsire and Venusaur. Venusaur will have Weather Ball or Earth Power for Metagross. Yeah, I don't know. What is our win con? I feel like it's probably going to be Annihilape. I think a bulk up variant looks pretty decent here. There's no Encore users except I think Wigglytuff gets it. But Wigglytuff is slow, and I doubt it's coming. I do like a bulk up Annihilape. Because as soon as we get a bulk up, that protects us from the Gouging Fire to revenge kill us. And if we go a Terra type, that protects us from the Walking Wake. I guess the Venusaur we would also have to worry about being revenged by. But maybe we're just like specially defensive. I'm leaning toward like Terra Fairy. It is worse versus the Venusaur, but I'm less worried about the Venusaur than I am the Walking Wake. Terra Fairy to ignore Draco would be nice. And if anything locks into a dragon move, then that's a setup opportunity for us. I guess that opens us up to the Golden Go. Definitely does. The alternative is like Terra Water. But Terra Water opens us up to the Raging Bolt and also still the Venusaur. But I guess either way, it's fine. Terra Water does give us another Water Resist and Fire Resist, which could be important. You know, I kind of like this more. Terra Water bulk up. Is there anything that can put us to sleep? I guess Venusaur Sleep Powder, right? I don't know what can lower our stats, though. I feel like Venusaur would not be sleep powdering Annihilape, because we could also just be Rest. I'll go Defiant for Corviknight Defog, just in case. Actually, maybe we don't go like a... maybe we're more speed invested? Because the draft is pretty slow outside of Sun. If we can remove the Torkoal early, then Annihilape is just faster than everything except the Walking Wake and Gouging Fire, and then Terra Water will help with that. So like maybe we just go faster than Golden Go. How fast does Golden go? Is it 2... It's 2 something. Is it 293? It is, okay. If we go to 294 speed and put like the rest in HP and some in attack, our move could be, not move, item, probably leftovers. Or it could be Resto Chesto. I don't hate that. What is the last move? I think maybe Encore could be an idea, because Encore could let us win a war versus the Raging Bolt, or bail us out if Raging Bolt starts Calm Minding. It is the Terra Captain, and Terra Raging Bolt is very scary, so we do need to respect that a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like this. Oh, actually, I don't know if I like it, because I think another idea is Protect. I think Protect makes a lot of sense, because it could stall out Sun turns, and it also scouts choice items from the Walking Wake, the Gouging Fire, the Golden Go. It could scout Trick on Golden Go as well. And it gives us more recovery with leftovers. I think I do like this more. I guess a question is, do we need Drain Punch? Not really. I mean, it doesn't hit anything super effectively besides Crabominable. So I wonder if there's a better move we could have instead of Drain Punch. But we might come back to that. Maybe we are Encore over Drain Punch. But I also don't really want to be walled by Wigglytuff on the off chance it comes. And then Drain Punch is nice just to get recovery if it also kills. And maybe the Raging Bolt goes Terra Dark. Yeah, I'll keep Drain Punch. Alright, so I said 2 team builders ago, I think, that we need to always keep in mind that our opponent could go Terra Steel, because, I don't know, people just love bringing Terra Steel versus us. But I think Terra Steel of Raging Bolt looks pretty bad, because it doesn't help it beat Ting Lu, and that's like the major roadblock, so I don't think Terra Steel is coming. I also feel like Terra Water doesn't make a ton of sense, because then you open yourself up to Zapdos. So then what other types for Ting Lu? Terra Fairy? I could see Terra Fairy. That would make sense. You remove your ground weakness, you potentially gain Terra Blast to hit Ting Lu, and it's a decent defensive type versus Annihilate. Yeah, Fairy seems reasonable to me. Alright, I'm getting a little sidetracked. We still need to figure out other team slots for us. What else seems decent? You know, I kind of... Okay, actually, let's check, I don't think Deoxys can outspeed Walking Wake in the Sun, but it can outspeed Gouging Fire in the Sun, which we probably want to do. So, what I have in mind for Deoxys is, like, I think it's either going to be Hazard Stack or a setup variant. A common idea versus Sun teams is just stacking hazards, but we have our Ting Lu to do that. Although I might want Assault Vest on Ting Lu. I'll go over Assault Vest Ting Lu first. So Assault Vest Ting Lu is going to make this able to live a hit from Walking Wake, which could definitely be massive, as we don't have many water resists on our draft. And even Dragon could be awkward to switch into if we don't bring Metagross or Comfey. And it also helps us stomach hits from the Raging Bolt better, and the Golden Go. If the Golden Go is Trick, then if we Trick and it grabs our Assault Vest, then it can't like do any Nasty Plot or Recover or Trick Again shenanigans. And I think Tinglu is actually pretty decent offensively here with all the ground weaknesses. Corviknight's the only switch in. So, I mean, Corviknight is a pretty good switch in. Does it learn Smackdown? Oh, that would have been so good. Well, I don't know about so good, but yeah, I think I like Assault Vest Tinglu, also as sort of a breaker. And this sort of forces in the Corviknight exactly. You probably go Payback, Throat Chop, and Stone Edge, I guess. May as well. This is like the best move to hit I mean, I don't really know what it hits, but I guess you could have Heavy Slam for Wigglytuff. I guess that's probably better. Ground plus Dark hits everything else. Actually, yeah. This actually seems pretty decent. If Corviknight's the only thing really getting in the way of that, then surely we bring Zapdos to take advantage of it. The problem is, Zapdos does sort of get farmed by Raging Bolt, so we need to worry about that. And also, Zapdos's Hurricane is less accurate in the sun. So, we could try bringing Rain Dance on something again. It does power up the Walking Wake still, but everything else becomes more manageable. Okay, I think I'm going to put Hazards on Deoxys. With like Taunt and Psycho Boost. Or maybe we want Knock over something. Because we kind of want to be able to hit Golden Go, but like if this is just meant to get up hazards, it should probably just focus on keeping hazards up. Golden Go can't remove hazards anyway. I think Deoxys is going to struggle offensively a bit here because it can't outpace Walking Wake in the sun. I don't think it can outpace Venusaur either, which is definitely annoying. And then Corviknight and Golden Gale are also problems. Clodsire does have Unaware potential. So, I mean, Unaware makes it worse versus Psycho Boost, so that's not really an issue. It's more of the other things I said. But, some sort of set to get hazards up, I think, makes sense. This could be our lead as well. It matches up well into Torkoal and Walking Wake because of our Sash. If Walking Wake is led, we might honestly just Psycho Boost. No, that's probably a bad play. We just get up our hazards. Because Walking Wake should not stay in on Deoxys lead, I think. Okay, so Annihilate Wincon, Tinglu and Alolan Executor Breakers / Stopgaps. They both serve similar purposes here. Deoxys lead and hazards. And then Zapdos to deal with Corviknight for our Tinglu. And Annihilate is also kind of annoyed by Corviknight. If it's like an Iron Defense variant, it can kind of go head-to-head with us. Not really, but it can try. And we can't immediately break it, I guess, is the reasoning. So what are we missing? We were missing, like, speed control. Do we want to bring a Scarfer? I guess our team is pretty slow. We're not... I mean, we're faster Annihilate. We can't really contest speed too well here, though. Because Walking Wake is faster than our main Scarfers. We do have priority Draining Kiss. We could bring Comfy. Problem is Comfy also just gets walled by Corviknight and Golden Go, and I think I want to Terra Annihilate here. What is our last slot? It could be a Rain Dance Pokemon. Or you know what? What if it's Chimecho? Could this be Chimecho's week? So, I think it might be, because I don't think any of our other options look amazing. Talonflame is kind of really bad into Gouging Fire. And Walking Wake too. It's walled by Torkoal completely. We could be like Rain Dance Talonflame, which is like something it learns for some reason. And it is a fire resist, I guess, but it's like a cope fire resist. I guess it's decent into Venusaur. Like a specially defensive variant, maybe. But I think we might be able to use Chimecho as like our Venusaur switch in. So let's switch to the calc. OU Sunsweeper for Venusaur and Chimecho. So if we're like a specially defensive Chimecho, then and we're leftovers, then we actually just live a Venusaur hit from full, at least. And if we have Psychic, then we at least put it in range of something else. Or if it's Life Orb, it will be taking Recoil. Well, I guess we don't have any priority, really, but we do have our Custap, Harvest Endure, Executor. I guess that's sort of our priority / revenge killer. And we don't really want to remove Sun if we're going to try to take advantage of it ourselves. But yeah, Chimecho. So why do I like Chimecho? I think it's because Annihilate is sort of our... Well, it's not sort of. It is our main win con. And I think this is the week when we want Healing Wish. Because I think our Annihilate, because it's Terra Water, might have to switch into Walking Wake and Gouging Fire. We don't have many switch-ins to those Pokemon. And so it might lose a lot of health earlier in the game. And so being able to Healing Wish back up seems very nice. So if we go Psychic Healing Wish, I believe we could even throw screens on this just to help stomach hits a little bit. Maybe not leftovers, maybe just Light Clay. I think that makes more sense. Well, I guess we don't really stop Corviknight Defog. Oh, this gets Taunt? Wait, that's kind of heat. Is Chimecho faster than Corviknight? Nearly. Well, Corviknight's 2 base speed faster. If we just run a little bit of speed to hit Corviknight, like 24. I guess, well, yeah, 24 should be fine. It shouldn't run any speed, really. But what move do we give up for Taunt? Because I think Corviknight would use Chimecho as an opportunity to clear entry hazards or screens. I don't really want to give up Psychic because I want to hit Venusaur. I also don't really want to give up Healing Wish because it's going to be nice for Annihilate. Even Ting-Lu might take advantage of it. It'd be one of the screens. We don't really need screens. We could just be like Taunt and Wish. That way we don't have to throw away our Chimecho necessarily to heal up our team. I kind of like this, actually. Taunt to stop Corviknight from defogging and stuff. Because we do want to keep our hazards up. We have our Spin Blocker Annihilate for Torkoal. Let's do Deoxys EVs. These should be pretty easy. So we should be faster than Gouging Fire in the Sun. So let's call it Jolly and say it's got a speed boost that hits 463 speed. We do need to go Timid, but that's fine. You go 464, probably just dump the rest in special attack and HP. Ting-Lu EVs. So I wanna check some Raging Bolt calcs. I think we can get pretty what's the word I'm looking for? I think there's a lot of room for creativity here. So let's just start with a blank slate for EVs on Ting-Lu and then see what kind of numbers we want to hit. So let's look at Draco Meteor in the Sun from Raging Bolt. Alright, so just with an Assault Vest and no special defense investment, it's a guaranteed 3-8 KO. Well, I don't know if that counts the drops, yeah. Like 3 Draco Meteors is not a 3-8 KO because of the special attack drops, obviously. This is with Adamant. Like an Adamant max attack Earthquake is pretty darn strong. Does it kill Golden Go? Let me put Payback and Throat Chop on this Ting-Lu. It doesn't kill a bulky Golden Go, but like, call it max HP. It's a roll to kill. After a spike, it kills. And if it's just offensive, then it will kill. Earthquake and Payback will do the same damage versus Golden Go. Okay. So maybe we go like enough attack to get this guaranteed Oko, which is 180 plus Adamant. Yeah. So then Gouging Fire is the other one. Well, Gouging Fire and Walking Wake I wanted to check. So in the Sun, yeah, Flare Blitz does quite a lot of damage. I don't think it can go Heat Crash versus Ting-Lu. I think, yeah, because Heat Crash does not enough. Ting-Lu is very heavy. So it has to go Flare Blitz and take Recoil, which is nice. If we have a lot of HP, I kind of thought Ting-Lu would take less from Flare Blitz here. So we might have to Terra or Annihilate sooner rather than later, because Gouging Fire does just kind of pick one currently. We don't have a Fire Resist on the build. And our Fire Resists are Tentacruel, which does not have a lot of physical defense, and Talonflame, which does not have a lot of physical defense. Gouging Fire is just going to use it as setup fodder. And we also can't play too passively versus Sun. We want to keep hazards up. So maybe we live I think the set I would be most worried about is like a booster speed banded variant. Actually, do I care about booster speed? No, I think attack would be scarier, right? Because it would outspeed our whole team anyway. So let's call it a banded variant in the Sun. Choice Band Flare Blitz. Oh, this is versus 252 HP. Oh my. Alright, I think we want to be able to live this hit. Or maybe I'm asking for too much. I think I might be asking for too much. Let's take away the band. Let's say it's Boots. It does so much. Gouging Fire is a strong Pokemon when you add all these multipliers and like the sun and stuff. Let's check out Walking Wake and then we'll come back to Gouging Fire. So I just want to make sure that we live a Choice Specs Hydro Steam in the Sun. Yeah, quite easily. If we were max special defense, we actually have a chance to live 2. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we do want our attack investment. Ooh. Do we want... No, it doesn't make any sense to get the 2-hit KO versus Walking Wake. I think after Hazard is fine. Because Hydra's team is just going to two-shot us anyway. Let's check out if it's special attack boosting. We do live one. Maybe we want to live after rocks. Are there spikes on this team? I think Clodsire has spikes. Actually, yeah. Let's live this hit after rocks, because Torkoal could probably get up rocks. So that will just need a little bit of HP. That might actually just encompass all of our leftover EVs. 76. So, what did I need? I needed 180 attack. Wow, it does exactly cover all of our leftover EVs. It's crazy that it works out like that. So I think that's going to be what we go with. The 76 HP will help us with gouging fire a little bit. Yeah, I like it. So that just brings us to Zapdos. So Zapdos is here to help with the Corviknight and the Golden Go, probably. Because Tinglu might be needed for Raging Bolt. So its HP is pretty valuable. We definitely want Roost on Zapdos. We're also probably going to want Volt Switch. It's tough to put Hurricane on this, because Hurricane doesn't really hit anything. And it's also just not going to hit in general. Something we can do is we can go Eerie Impulse to beat Raging Bolt 1v1. Honestly, that's probably what we have to do, just so we don't, we aren't used as setup fodder. Raging Bolt could technically be Clear Amulet to avoid Eerie Impulse from Zapdos. But if it's Clear Amulet, that means it's not like Specs, it's not Leftovers, it's not Boots. So I think I'm okay with that. And Tinglu should be able to live hits from it. I guess let's check out a +1 Terra Fairy Terra Blast from Raging Bolts. Yeah, this does nothing. That's crazy. How much does Heavy Slam do? I think Raging Bolt is also pretty heavy. Yeah. Okay, so Earthquake is our strongest move versus a Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, but that's fine. It has no recovery. What's our last move on Zapdos? It could be Weather Ball. Could be Heat Wave. It's probably Heat Wave. Yeah, it's definitely Heat Wave. We can't really rely on Sun being up. I think we go Boots on this, and I think we'll be, like, specially defensive. We'll have a little bit of speed, probably for modest Raging Bolt. I don't think it will be any faster. 249, that hits. So we go 250, and we go, like, HP and special defense. The Calm Nature. We'll just Volt Switch on Gouging Fire that comes in, but I think Raging Bolt would be the more likely one because it resists all of Zapdos' moves. And if Sun isn't up, then it does risk Hurricane. So that is a team, at least. So our main idea is Hazard Stack with Deoxys to win with Annihilate. We do potentially get 2 Annihilates with our Chimecho Healing Wish. Chimecho can Healing Wish on Torkoal, Corviknight, and potentially Venusaur. So even Clodsire it could Healing Wish on. So that's all good. I wonder if we go Psyshock on this, actually, just for more damage versus Clodsire. Let's take a look. Venusaur also has more special defense than physical defense. So let's just check out Psychic and Psyshock. Psyshock does do more versus Venusaur, and it will also do more versus Clodsire. So yeah, I think Psyshock is just better for our purposes here. I guess there's a Psychic Noise too. No, I like Psyshock more. Okay. So now that is a team. We can Healing Wish on a few of the opposing Pokemon. Bring our Annihilate back. Annihilate is probably going to be switching into moves, but that's fine. It buffs our Rage Fist, and we can bring it back later. We even have regular Wish. We can Wish up on Corviknight, on Torkoal, on Clodsire, etc. We're not bringing any hazard removal, but we'll have a lot of hazards ourselves. Yeah, so I think this is the first time we're bringing hazards on Deoxys, which is kind of funny. But I think this is the time for it, because I don't really love offensive Deoxys here. I think Executor could pop off, and I'm excited for that. This game does not really matter for anything, because we are already confirmed for playoffs. But so we'll just have some fun. I do think this is a solid team, though, and I'm glad Chimecho gets to come off the bench. Poor Metagross has come to like 2 games this season. Yeah. I think the rest of the team is just too good. Especially Alolan Executor. This guy is my favorite. But, alright. So, that will be the team. If anything changes before the game, I will let you know. And, yeah, I will see you guys for the battle. Bye-bye.